Okay, well, thanks for jumping on, everybody. I just thought it would be a great opportunity to have a chat, a bit of a recap over our first week of being officially live, also to officially close the week one trading competition. So just on that note, if you were taking part in the week one competition, at the June dashboard, we are going to manually verify the results from that to make sure everything is as expected, and we will announce the winners of the competition within the next 24 hours. So just as a reminder, there was a total, there was two different categories. So we had the highest volume category, and at the moment it looks like the winner, if all of this is correct, it looks like the winner is going to be winning with a total volume of 15 million, which is amazing. Then in second place, 12 million. And so the winner walks away with 2,500 USDC plus 1,250 esFDX. So that's nearly $8,000 worth of prize money for first place. So fantastic result for those traders. And then the second category was overall P&L. And it looks like the winner is walking away after getting a profit of 158%. So great job there as well. As I say, we'll verify these results and we'll announce the winners officially within the next 24 hours, and then we'll look to distribute the cash. So, as I say, we've completed our first week of live trading. What an incredible start we have had. There's so much to be proud of as a community and as an internal team, but really even more to be excited about as we continue to grow. So I wanted to jump on this VC really to go through some of our key statistics from the first week, have a look at token performance, staking rewards, the trade to earn incentives that are going on, and a few updates that we've got from the team. We had our team meeting yesterday, so I wanted to share some of that with you. I had originally started making a YouTube video this morning, and I thought, you know what, let's do a VC and let's make this a little bit more interactive. So I've got a few things that I'd like to cover, and then we can leave some time for Q&A at the end. So if anyone's got any questions, when we get to the end of my section, you're welcome to unmute yourselves, and we can. I'll do my best to answer those questions. So first of all, let's take a look at some of our big picture statistics. So trading volume has just hit 205 million, which is, I think that is completely beyond the expectations that we had internally for our first week. So that's a fantastic result. We can see that has generated $45,000, nearly $46,000 worth of fees. And remember that with Flex Perpetuals, 90% of those fees go back into rewarding people who are staking, whether it's esFDX LP, whether it's FLP, or whether it's used to buy back the FDX token and deepen the protocol own liquidity. So we are in the process of getting our listing on DeFiLlama, but if we were to find ourselves in here, this is looking at Perpetuals exchanges on the base chain. Our 7-day volume finished up at 177 million, which puts us squarely in third place, which I think is a fantastic result considering it is our very first week of trading. So looking at the June dashboard, if you haven't already had a look at this June dashboard, it's a treasure trove of information. I would encourage everyone who's invested in Flex Perpetuals to bookmark this page, keep your eye on it, because this is how we will be determining how the project continues to move forward. We're going to be keeping a close eye on these statistics, and that helps us design the roadmap moving forward. But as we say, the key metrics for us is volume, because that equates to total fees. Now, the TVL figure here, just for your information, this at the moment is just counting the FLP plus collateral on the platform. It isn't taking into account the TVL that's inside the esFDX LP. So there's another $620,000 that we need to add on to this, which takes that to just under 2.4 million. So again, in our first week to be running with a TVL of 2.4 million, trading volumes in excess of 200 million, it's a fantastic start. We're seeing more and more traders actually using the platform, which is really good. And that is, one of our key priorities as a team, is to get out there and spread the word, and get new traders using the platform, because that's ultimately what drives this volume, which drives the fees, which drives the APRs for stakers and the buybacks that we will be doing as a protocol. If we so that's kind of the high level statistics. If we have a look at the token, I think it's worthwhile just having a look at this as well. So we're really pleased with how the token is performing. Obviously, the market has been, and there's not really much to say about the market other than it's been terrible since we launched. So we've been dragged down with ETH along the way, but we're holding strong. We're still above the launch price, which is fantastic. And in terms of what we're looking at as a team, it's this ratio between liquidity and market cap. So we started with about $1 million in liquidity. That went up to about 1.6 at the top of this peak here, and has come down with the price of the token, obviously. But we're still sitting at liquidity at 1.4, market cap at 1.9, and that's something that we've been eager to kind of emphasize, is the importance of this liquidity to market cap ratio, because it just provides a huge amount more sustainability for the token over the long term. Ultimately, and if you're new in this space, it's sometimes easy to focus too much on market cap and not enough on liquidity, and realize that ultimately all you can get out of a token is the liquidity that is there. So it's a key metric for us, and it looks as if, based on what we're seeing so far, it looks as if that message is landing, with over 620,000 TVL in the esFDX LP. People are adding liquidity because we're incentivizing liquidity on the platform. So rather than having single asset staking, so you could just stake FDX, it's much more valuable to the long-term sustainability of the platform to incentivize staking the liquidity rather than the token itself. So it's great to see that message is landing and people are taking advantage of those incentives. We've seen pretty good daily volume on the token itself, which is great. And let's not forget that we haven't even started the buybacks yet. So 15% of our platform revenue. So remember, if we go back to this here, so our 15% of this number, essentially here, this 44,597, that is used to buy FDX off the market and pair it with ETH. So there's going to be consistent buy pressure coming in from the protocol itself to help support the token price and the depth of liquidity. So that hasn't started yet. We do intend to create an automatic system that will randomly do those buys for us so that it can't be gamed, so that people can't be sitting waiting for, the Flex team to buy the token and take advantage of that. We're going to automate the process in a random fashion so that those buys happen automatically. Additionally, there's still 150 ETH that we held back from the TGE that we have earmarked to buy back the FDX token. So that's, $500,000 worth of buybacks as well that will be coming. We won't be announcing before we do it, obviously, but that money is already allocated for that particular strategy. So we've got our very first week's worth of distribution for the USDC rewards. That's going to be happening on Friday. So now, not financial advice, but now may be a great time to position yourself with FDX or FLP. We can go and have a look at kind of what the APRs are looking like at the moment. This is just a little dummy account that I've got here, but the FLP currently is at about 38% APR, and that is 99% at the moment is esFDX rewards. From Friday, we're going to start to see the proper USDC rewards being added to that. So I did some calculations before we jumped on the call here, and based on the numbers that we've done this week, unless the TVL of FLP changes significantly, we're going to be looking at approximately 90 to 100% APR for FLP, with 60 to 65% being USDC. Now, obviously, that can change depending on what the volume does between now and then, and also how many people decide to kind of front run this and take advantage by depositing more into the FLP. Additionally, we've got the esFDX LP staking pool. That's currently at 240%. And again, the vast majority of that APR currently is coming from the esFDX rewards. From Friday, there's going to be a big chunk more USDC added. So we could see the esFDX LP going back up to kind of 300% plus APR. So the APRs are going to be looking really, really strong. We're also starting to have conversations with other platforms and yield platforms to help spread the word about Flex Perpetuals and to give investors here more opportunities as to how they can best utilize their investment inside of Flex Perpetuals. So what have we got? We've covered the overall metrics, the volume. We've had a look at the token. We've had a look at staking and APRs. Yeah, so just as a reminder, so moving forward, now that we've got that full week of trading under our belt, from now on, the trading week goes from midnight on Thursday to midnight on Thursday. So distribution will always happen on a Friday. That will be when the USDC rewards. We'll do a post on the Friday that shows what the current APRs are and how much USDC has been distributed. The other thing to highlight, there's so much to cover. There's just been so much happening over the last week or so. So trade to earn incentives. I still don't think that people have quite grasped the opportunity that's available here with these trade to earn incentives. So every week there's up to about 40, just based on the current price, 42,000 esFDX are, and this isn't the competition, this is just standard trade to earn incentives. So there's up to about 42,000 esFDX dollars worth of esFDX available every week for traders of the platform. You don't need to register, you don't need to sign up, you simply need to deposit collateral and actually trade on the platform. When you do that, you'll earn what we call flex trade credits. And then at the end of the week, we see the total amount of flex trade credits, and then the esFDX is distributed based on how much of a proportion you've got of that overall FTC or flex trade credit holding. So in the first 2 days, we distributed 2,400 esFDX, which is worth, at the moment, it's worth about $11,500. And that was when we just had the first kind of 30 or 40 million that had come through the platform. So there's a really good opportunity for traders to, cover a large portion of the fees that you normally pay as a trader with these trade to earn incentives. So if you know traders, then the DeFi community of traders that are out there know how these incentive programs work. Let them know that Flex Perpetuals has just launched. They've got this huge trade to earn incentives program going, and you can refer people through the referral page here. You just simply create your referral link in the bottom box, and then it'll give you a share link, and you can earn up to 15% of in rebates of the trading fees that your referrals pay when they trade on the platform. So that's trading to earn. Just a couple more kind of updates from me in terms of what we discussed yesterday at the team meeting. So as a team, we're incredibly pleased with how the launch went, the liquidity being added to Aerodrome, the initial enthusiasm that we've seen from the community and trading and putting volume through the platform. Behind the scenes, the team's been laser focused on optimizing the platform for the best possible trading experience. There were a few bugs in terms of just the UI. I think particularly on the mobile, there was some things that just weren't lining up, and rewards were showing in places that weren't quite correct. So most of those have been resolved already. There is still some work going on in terms of the trade execution, particularly for those of you who are really short-term traders with tight stop losses and take profits. The base chain itself is a slower blockchain than likes of Arbitrum, for example. So we're doing our best to optimize the way things are set up at the moment, and potentially looking to implement new mechanisms to make sure that execution is at the best it possibly can be. Fortunately, this is something that is difficult to do until the protocol is live, but rest assured we are working to make sure it is the best execution that we can possibly get out of the base chain. So that's going on. The earn page, which I'll just go to over here. So this is going to be getting completely revamped. Our designer, good old Crypto Eve, is working through this at the moment to make it a more intuitive, cleaner, more user-friendly design for your staking and rewards. And then finally, the next kind of real thing on the roadmap will be listing more assets. So as soon as the dev team are in a position where they feel they're 100% confident or comfortable with how things are executing on BTC and ETH, we will start to list more assets. And we'd like to get the community involved with that to get your suggestions on what assets you want us to prioritize in terms of, is it more crypto assets? Is it foreign exchange? Is it commodities? If it's crypto, which ones do you want us to have on there? Is it Solana? Is it XRP? Is it, some base memes? Let us know. We may do a bit of a giveaway actually over the next few days to promote some suggestions on what that's going to be. and what the next assets are going to be. The roadmap itself, so we've got a huge amount that we want to push out this year. Lots of incredibly exciting projects or developments on Flex Perpetuals. I can't mention too much about what that roadmap looks like right at this moment in time. Copy trading is something that we have said from the beginning we are going to be launching, and that is still very much on one of the priorities on the roadmap. There are a few other improvements and optimizations that are going to be in there. We'd like to create a Zap feature so that you can get into the FDX ETH staking more easily in a more user-friendly way. And then there's some big things on that roadmap that I'd love to share at the moment, but we don't want to give that competitive edge away just at this stage. Just as we're really just finding our feet on the base chain, we don't want to give the competition all of these ideas that we've got. But with the strong start that we've had, if all of these incremental improvements and changes are just going to even further. So we're incredibly excited. The journey really has just begun. Some other things that we're working on at the moment, not from a development perspective, but we are in close communication with Aerodrome so that we can get our LP whitelisted on Aerodrome. I'm speaking to them pretty much on a daily basis. They're monitoring things closely. They've got some benchmarks that they want the platform to hit, and I think we're killing it. Really, we're kind of overperforming. We just need a little bit of time to allow that to actually get into place. But that's going to open up a huge amount of opportunity. So as soon as the Aerodrome gauge is set up, it means that we can use the Flex Perpetuals treasury, which is full of locked Aero tokens, to start to incentivize the FDX ETH liquidity on Aerodrome. That's going to have quite a profound effect on the TVL and the APRs here on the esFDX LP. Because as soon as people have an opportunity where there's APR in two different places, you're going to have a bit of game theory there where people move to the pool that's paying the highest, which then removes TVL and then inevitably increases the APR in the place that they've just left. So it's two completely separate revenue sources as well. So it's a really important part of the Flex Perpetuals tokenomics, and we're excited for that to get going once we get the green light from Aerodrome. We're also beginning to have discussions with other platforms, as I mentioned at the beginning of the call here, that will help in a couple of different ways. So driving more adoption with more visibility of Flex and the FDX token and FLP token in various different well-known platforms that operate on the base chain. And once we feel the timing is right in terms of we've got more assets listed and that the execution is working as well as it possibly can be, then we're going to really start to ramp up a much more aggressive campaign to attract new traders onto this platform. But everything has to be done in kind of a strategic way. And that's what we're focused on in the conversations that we have as a team, making sure that we're allocating the resources that we've got in the right place at the right time, so that we can grow and that we can handle that growth. So everything has been incredibly exciting. Every step that we take is designed to strengthen Flex's position in the market and build long-term sustainability. We started Flex Perpetuals really as a community project. That's why we didn't go out to venture capital looking for funds from there. So everything that this platform raised prior to launch has come from you, the community, the people that are listening to this right now. So you really are part of this journey moving forward. And, I would encourage you, if you are a content creator, write some articles, make some videos, or even just spread the word, use your referral link, and at least you get paid a little bit for doing that. So when you use your referral link and people trade on the platform using that referral link, you can earn up to 15% rebate of their trading fees, and that's paid to you as USDC. So every bit of organic content that the community makes helps engagement and helps us grow even faster. So that's kind of a wrap of everything that I wanted to cover in terms of celebrating this first full week on Flex Perpetuals. It's been an incredible start, massive trading volume. The APRs for stakers have been fantastic. The incentives for traders have been fantastic. The adoption of the trading competition has been really, really strong. And as I say, that competition finished at 4 p.m. UTC today. And we will be doing another week-long competition with exactly the same prize pools. We will announce that as soon as we have listed some more assets on the platform. We'd like to delay that until there are more tradable assets on the platform. So thanks for watching. I hope that was useful for folks. And I guess we can open up some time for Q&A now. If anyone has any questions, you can either ask them here, you can unmute yourself, or you can ask them in the chat. I'm going to have a quick look in the chat just now to see what I've missed.
Hi, Stu. Hi, everyone. I will just take this opportunity and I want to congratulate the whole team of Flex because you guys are doing incredibly good job. Well done. Great launch. And, I love printing money and I have nice stake in Flex platform. So keep winning, guys.
Thanks, Geds. Good to have you on the call.
Hey, Stu, let me mirror that. Congratulations. It's been a fantastic week for you. A question that I've got that doesn't make much sense to me, but I'm sure you'll be able to elaborate. You're saying about these USDC rewards coming out on a Friday and not giving financial advice, but potentially it could be a good idea for people to come in at the last minute. You didn't say this, but I'm assuming that people can come in at the last minute and grab their share. I'm a little bit concerned about that being in a long-term mindset, in so much as I would like it to be a random snapshot throughout that period of time, rather than everyone gamboling in on the Thursday night to be able to take a lion's share when we've been supporting you for a much longer time period. Is there anything in place that you can protect those of us that are around all of the time in getting in a fair share of that USDC against those people that would just come in, grab a share at the last minute, and then leave again and take their USDC rewards?
Yeah, it's a great question, Ben. Thanks for asking it. And it doesn't quite work the way I think you're maybe understanding it. So what happens is the full rewards pool is topped up on a Friday, and then the schedule for that distribution happens equally over the course of the next 7 days for any TVL that is in the pool. So if someone was to deposit, a chunk on Thursday night, then yeah, the TVL will increase on the Friday. But then if they withdraw that, then they're not going to benefit for the rest of the week, if that makes sense. So it's once it's in the rewards pool, it's distributed evenly amongst, proportionally, I should say, among everyone that's currently staked. It doesn't just all happen on the Friday, for example. Does that help answer that?
Yeah, it's all right. So that yeah, I've got my wires crossed. I thought there would be a distribution of rewards on the Friday rather than it being a block by block as like the other rewards are coming out, where we're seeing on the earn page they're coming in. So yeah, that I'm happy with that they can just come in and they can obviously have their share according to the time that they're actually in the pool for. Cheers, pal.
Yeah, exactly. Cheers.
Hi, Stu. An estimation what we can expect from Friday in terms of the APR for the seed round for the esFDX token?
Let me have a quick look. So I think we'll be approaching closer to about 18% on that there, and bearing in mind that the FDX value is up over 3x. That effectively that's yield on cost closer to nearly 50 to 60% APR.
Yeah, that's great. And it's gonna be just the USDC, correct?
Just USDC for the seed round holders, yeah.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. A quick scroll through the chat, see if there's anything that I've missed here.
And another thing, Stu, I think that is also interesting, just while you're looking through there, is that when you were talking about the dual LP pools, for when Aerodrome whitelists the LP and we can actually start potentially earning, you then going to have a box ticked for those people that are more shorter term, because that's going to be a liquid reward, right, in Aero tokens that we'll be getting on that side of the LP. And as people move across, the APR will be better on our side or on your side, on the flex side, because people will be going for the rewards that are in a real yield, essentially, because they'll be able to access them, convert that Aero, put it back into the pool, but they'll actually be able to compound that. So I think that it adds another dimension, doesn't it, to the flywheel?
It does, and there's quite a lot of different considerations that someone might want to take before deciding whether if they want to go into the Aero staking or whether they want to go on to Flex Perpetuals and stake it. Because if you leave, and while you're free to leave the Flex Perpetuals esFDX LP, you can leave that at any time. But if you do that, then the flex points that you have built up will be burned. So those flex points are there. They effectively boost the size of your earning power inside of Flex Perpetuals. And if you leave, you might forfeit, or you will forfeit, those flex points. So that's designed to incentivize people to stay, and then perhaps there will be new liquidity providers who decide, maybe on a more short-term basis, as you mentioned, to provide liquidity on Aerodrome itself, where there's no penalty for leaving. You don't lose flex points if you leave the Aero staking. Plus, you've got that Aero that's fully liquid that you can do what you want with that. So there really is, there's something there for everyone in terms of what each individual's investment style is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it adds in a lot of thought, like you say, a lot of additional spokes into that flywheel. So we can even take the liquid asset, the Aero, and then break that into the esFDX LP on the side, so we can add in from the one side to the other if we add a new position in on the right hand side to the left hand side. So yeah, there's lots of things. I think it's really exciting. Yeah,
absolutely. Thanks again for another great question. CryptoKR in the chat is saying, will there be an auto compound function for FLP, esFDX LP? So FLP will be easier to implement than the esFDX LP, but once there's a ZAP feature for the FDX ETH, then that is something that's conceivable for us to be able to do. But FLP would actually be much easier to implement an auto compound feature. And that is something that is definitely on the roadmap. Noah's asking when copy trades. Yeah, so hopefully soon. These things, development takes time. We will endeavor to get every element of the roadmap out as quickly as we possibly can, but we want to make sure things are done correctly. I know that people are eager to copy Bill with his trades, and it's something that will be coming down the line. Can't wait for it.
Hey, Stu, it's Dale.
Hey, Dale, how's it going?
Yeah, good, thanks. A quick question. As you know, I'm into the automated algorithmic trading style. Is there any plans to expose an API for us to automate trading using the Flex platform?
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually already available. So you can use the Python SDK. I will set you up. I'll send you the details in DM, Dale, to begin with. But that's a reminder. That's something that I need to add to the documentation. So thanks for that. But yeah, the functionality is there already for you to use to plug in your algo strategies into Flex Perpetuals.
Great. Awesome. Thanks so much.
No problem. Thank you. Okay, Guy, any last questions before we start to wrap things up? Thanks everyone again for jumping on, for listening, for your support. Keep going out, spreading the word. We're really excited about what we're building here. This is a real utility project with real yield and a real service for those who trade. So thanks for your time in the call. Any questions that I haven't managed to cover here on the chat, on the VC, ask in the Telegram channel, and we'll post the recording of this shortly once I've got it uploaded. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Speak to you soon.